coming in on top of this bulletin. Let's give you some good news. The government sources and government has confirmed a roadmap is being prepared for vaccine distribution in India. India's 2 COVID-19 vaccines are already in place, 1 and 2 of trials. Discussions have already begun on how the vaccines have been made available to those who need it. We're going to try and go across to the reaction that's coming in from the Niti Aayog, Dr. Paul, Health Department. The Government of India, we've been told, will leave no stone unturned to ensure people of India and the international community have access to the Indian vaccine as early as possible. Let's listen in first to the reaction and then we go across to more details coming in of this very hopeful and positive move from the government. Let's also tell you that what the government has promised and said, and viewers, we repeat once again that today positive news coming in from the Government of India. The government confirms the roadmap is being prepared for vaccine distribution in India. India's 2 COVID-19 vaccines are in phase 1 and 2 of trials. The discussions have already begun of how will the vaccines be made available for those who need it. They will leave no stone unturned to assure people of India and the international community of access to the Indian vaccine. Let's go across to our political editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, joining us on the phone line. Aishwarya, we've also heard from the Niti Aayog that every possible facilitation will be made to ensure trials are conducted. Aishwarya, one question to you and to your sources within the government. How soon will this be made available to the Indian public?
Well, at this point of time, Ratham, we are being told that yes, it can take some time, but the Government of India is trying its level best. India's 2, not 1 but 2 COVID-19 vaccines are in phase 1 and phase 2 trials. Discussion have already begun how will the vaccines be made available for those who need it. We have Dr. V.K. Paul, Member Health of Niti Aayog, Government of India, who has basically left no stone unturned in this regard. He says that the Government of India understands the need and the importance of this. Hence, both of these COVID vaccines, out of which one is in phase 2 and the other one is in phase 1, is already on. So the process is on. Government of India is trying that it should be available as soon as possible. Every possible facilitation will be ensured, making sure trials conducted scientifically and then ethically. And at the end of the day, it also has to be affordable, keeping in mind India's diversity, keeping in mind that in what large quantity we would need it here in India. Rhythm, we are also being told that the government is keeping a very, very close tab on the situation, that it is also very, very affordable at the same point of time. So they are trying that it should be a combination of both. That is, both of these COVID-19 vaccines, out of which one is in phase 2 and the other one is in phase 1, have to be economically viable as well across the length and breadth of the country. And what we are being told by our sources, that within the time frame of 120 to maximum 180 working days, that is what the government is trying to make this vaccine available within.
And Aishwarya, if you can also give us details about this, because the Niti Aayog has also told us that discussions have been made about how it will be made available. But can you also tell us about details of the Indian vaccine as early as possible? It's being said trials are being conducted. You've said one trial is in phase 1 and phase 2. So how many trials, firstly, for the... Okay, Aishwarya, will come back to you. But first, let's listen in first to that reaction coming in from Dr. V.K. Paul, who's a member of the Health Niti Aayog, and then we'll go back to our political editor.
Yes, regulatory facilitation will be ensured. It's already being undertaken and being done, as well as, if required, the resources need to be supplemented. That will be actively considered. The Government of India will leave no stone unturned to ensure that people of India and the international community has access to an Indian vaccine at the earliest possible. So every possible facilitation will be ensured, making sure that the vaccine trials are done with scientific rigor, ethical rigor, and we arrive at a vaccine option that's affordable. Therefore, all efforts will be made.
And very clearly there, Dr. Paul is very clear that this is good news. Phase 1 and phase 2 very clearly going to be Now, the news that's coming in, government has confirmed the roadmap is being prepared for vaccine distribution in the country. The government has also said discussion is already being made on how the vaccines are going to be made available. The government is saying every possible facilitation will be ensured, making sure trials conducted are scientific, ethical